What's up, YouTube? Today on the channel, had a comment on one of my previous videos mentioned that he wanted to see an updated, or they wanted to see an updated version of my Nimrod Galactus deck. And since we're at the beginning of a season, I've been working on it a little bit, I figured I would update you and show you how that's going. Still a work in progress, but a couple changes that I made from the previous version, so let's get into the elevator pitch. So the general concept of this deck, if you haven't seen it before on my channel, is to get a big Nimrod and move it around. That's destroy it, move it around. So you got Agony here to do that. It's going to be usually Symbiote Spider-Man or Shuri into the Nimrod, and then we're going to either Carnage Venom, Destroyer, Kid Omega, or even sometimes Galactus. That's the pitch. We're making big Nimrods. Let's get into the card by card. Before we go through each one of these, just a little reminder, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider hitting that button to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, leave a comment. Any of those things really help, and I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're still slowly moving our way up there, so I put out a new video every week. If you like that, check out the videos, subscribe to them. First up in the deck, we have Agony. This card is really just a staple in any kind of buff deck, especially this one. It enables you to just set up plays with Symbiote Spider-Man. Sometimes you can even just Wolverine and get a nicer Wolverine moving around. But generally, this is adding 3, sometimes more power to our Nimrod. And I think it's a good thing for like saving a space in a lane as well. It has a lot of utility there. Kid Omega is a pretty obvious include here. But I will say, I will caution with Kid Omega, it doesn't work really that well with Symbiote Spider-Man and Nimrod, because if you play Symbiote Spider-Man and then you play Nimrod activating Kid Omega first, it's going to destroy before you could merge it. So in that scenario, you want to probably destroy the Nimrod first in another lane with Kid Omega and then let it merge with the Symbiote Spider-Man afterwards. So just keep that in mind, but it does help give some, inevitability to the destroy portion of the deck. Surge is here, kind of a flex spot if you have something else you prefer. I used to play Penny Parker in this slot, and that could be good, but it was a little clunky. So I think Surge is a nice include. It helps you. I think Mr. Fantastic First Steps was in the last version of this deck, but as a 3, I don't think it's as good anymore. So Surge is here to just help you out, potentially to get you into a nice Symbiote Spider-Man Shuri combo where you can play Symbiote on 3, Shuri on 4, and then get a 24 power Nimrod. But in general, if you get a 5 power Galactus, that's good. If you get a 5 power Arnhem or Destroyer, that's also good. So that's why Surge is here. Carnage is one of our destroy cards for the end of the game on our Nimrod, or even on our, Wolverine if we need to. Wolverine is here just as another piece to help to maybe get priority. If you go Galactus route, that can help you win. Sometimes you just see a destroy location and you can jam him in there. That's also pretty good. Venom is here for the end of the game alongside Carnage. You'll see in the gameplay when we use him. Shuri is one of the cards that we're going to boost our Nimrod with. It can have some fun plays with Symbiote Spider-Man as well. Sometimes there's a play I'll do where if I just have a Galactus, a Shuri, and a Nimrod, and there's a lane that's and a Kid Omega, and there's a lane that's kind of open, you can Kid Omega destroying the Shuri, so that the next card you play is Galactus on an empty lane, and sometimes you can cheese some wins that way. Symbiote Spider-Man, this is a great card with Nimrod. It's a great card with Galactus sometimes for crazy wins. And then, as I've mentioned a couple times, Symbiote Spider-Man first on turn 3 if you Surge it into Shuri, gets you a double Shuri proc. Nimrod is the core of the deck. You're getting it big, you're destroying it. Arnhem Zola is the other new addition to the deck. I think that I was a little leery of playing Arnhem Zola in my first iteration of this deck because you didn't usually have a card that was just open and free for Arnhem to hit. Like the Nimrod's usually alongside a Shuri or some other things, but now with Symbiote Spider-Man, with Kid Omega to get it clear in a lane, I think Arnhem Zola definitely deserves a spot, and sometimes you really go off with it. And finally, Galactus, well, not finally, second to last, Galactus. This card is just really fun. It doesn't always work, but the threat of Galactus, especially playing this in like a Conquest style, is big enough that I think it does its job. Plus, sometimes you can you could find ways to win with it. And Destroyer is the last card. I really love this card because when Alioth is present, it's not as much right now, but even Cosmic Ghost Rider, whatever it is, they'll get overconfident knowing that they'll play like a Cosmo and they have priority and they'll snap because they'll play that in your Nimrod lane. Well, you Destroyer on a different lane, you can still win the game. It's a nice little juke. And sometimes you even get it early. You can play it early on your Nimrod and it's fun. Destroyer, I think, earns its spot in the deck. But that's the overall look at it. Now we're going to get into some gameplay. Enjoy these next few games and I'll be back to wrap things up. Okay, our opponent is Galactus Intolerant. And our first card's Galactus. We'll see if we actually get an opportunity to play Galactus. It'll be fun. Of course, they could just be playing Galactus themselves. Sometimes Shuri and Strange Academy into a Galactus can be a good play. We'll see. Yeah. We're just gonna try to get points on the board here to get priority for the Galactus. Okay, fortunately that did not go left. This is probably not a winning play. But it would be really funny. Rude. Forge. Okay. We'll take it. Alright, just passing. Next turn we can play Surge, though. Just passing here. Next turn we can play our Surge. Still think we want to do Surge. I guess we'll play in Stark Industries. I'd usually rather save that, but since it happens on turn 4, I'm probably not getting Nimrod in there anyway. And then of course he comes up as a 4 cost. Okay, play Wolverine here. I'm going to play Nimrod. Next turn we can Venom. And then we can Arnhem the Venom. Yeah, we didn't hit the Nimrod at all. So we Venom. Maybe we Carnage too. Playing a zombie Scarlet Witch, kind of mid-range it looks like. Probably favors us. So this will bring a Nimrod back into the Venom lane. But I still think it's probably worth it to Arnhem. Because we hit Nimrod, that's still pretty good. Shouldn't snap, but it will. I've not actually played against zombies yet. That's the Horde, huh? Be nice to be able to get a different variant of the Horde somehow. Okay. Alright, they're playing zombies. Play Agony here where we know the lane is safe. Oh, so it's the Khonshu discard. Yeah, of course. Alright, so they're going to get their discard train going. Ooh, that's a cool animation. Haven't seen that yet. So, Zombie Giant Man's going to eat real good in the Citadel. We just have to pass. The good news is, so they had our Carnage, okay. The good news is we do have a 16 power Nimrod incoming. I'm gonna snap. We have that line in our hand. We could even draw Venom and get a better line. There's also the potential for Galactus. Lots of swarms. Okay, so that's good because I think Arnhem's not even the best play here because they're going to probably go Zombie Giant Man and have an insane Onslaught Citadel. Okay. So then I think the play is Carnage or Venom, Carnage. That's going to give us 32 in the middle, which will win, and it'll give us 35 in the left. Okay, Mobius, yep. Dr. Doom. Yeah, we should be good. They didn't even get Zombie Giant Man. But either way, Morbius would have soloed that lane. Cool. Okay, maybe if we play an Eternity Range, it'll Scare them off of it. Got this card. Okay. Let's pass. Cool. Oh, good. We're definitely going to win Eternity Range. That's awesome. So we'll play Kid Omega here. I don't want to fill up 3 slots in Savage Land. Surge is fine. Okay, Bullseye. They have 2 Bullseyes now. I think I might be able to Galactus this game. Go Symbiote, throw down a Carnage. Yep, trying to get priority. I think we're in good shape. Hello. That's my cat River. Do I snap? I think we wait a minute and see if they snap and then snap them back. I mean, with priority also we have to consider the Nimrod play. I think Galactus is more surprising though. And I think we're actually not supposed to snap here. Cool. Looks like a move deck. Is this a bot? Seems to be a bot. Mindscape is scary. Oh. I think we have to surge then. Okay. All right, all right, all right. I think I want to go Wolverine, Agony, then Nimrod into Carnage. Maybe Carnage Venom if we draw it. Okay. If Mindscape wasn't here, I definitely would have Shuried into the Nimrod. But we have less time. Okay. Definitely a bot. Some weird plays. So the bot's gonna get our Destroyer. Wonder if they'll play it. Okay, yeah, definitely gonna go Symbiote, Carnage. That way we have a chance of symbioting our Nimrod. Even symbioting Wolverine's great, so either way. We should be in good shape. Okay. So let's see what we get. Anything but Galactus. Arnhem's good. So we're going to make this a Wolverine and then Arnhem. Because I'm fine hitting the Wolverine or the Nimrod. Cool. They're going to play Destroyer? No, Shuri into Multiple Man. Alright. I'll play Agony down here. We got 2 Nimrods. That doesn't matter, probably. Unlikely we can play both. Okay. Surge over here. Leave the middle open since it's a clear Galactus lane. Playing discard. We'll pass. Hopefully we draw Symbiote or Shuri here. We have a nice hand if so. Maybe nice enough to even snap. Oh, clear their hand a little with the swarm. Alright, I'm going to snap. Symbiote. It's a really good line for us. The raft does scare me. But they've capped out the raft, so now we should win the raft easily. We want to make sure we're playing the original Nimrod first. Okay, yeah. Just to not give them extra information. Galactus, wow. That was their random card, cool. They obviously did not, they knew they wouldn't activate. That's cool. Okay, so they have priority. Got a bunch of swarms. Alright. We didn't have to do the math. That works. Yeah, another bot. We'll snap. I think I'm going to play on the raft this time around. Surge over here. Hold on. Surge here, actually. Okay. So if I just play Nimrod, that makes it a 12. If I play Agony first, that's 8, 14. So that's better. And it gives us the raft. They're also going to get hit by Thunderbolt's Tower 3 times, and I might be able to just play Galactus. Hella does nothing for us right now. They do get their Mjolnir off, though. They get -8. So I have priority. So what's better? Just Venom Carnage probably? Because if I Galactus, I will most likely win, but what if Galactus turns into something crazy? Galactus is more fun, but this is guaranteed. This. I guess there's a chance this Carnage turns into like a Scarlet Witch and makes this a bar with no name and they Legion it or something like that. That'd be insane. All right. There was never a doubt. Okay. Playing against the Thanos deck. Bigger than Thanos. Ooh. Symbiote, Shuri, activate Symbiote, hopefully draw Nimrod. Pass. That was a Nokia. Okay. Soulstone. Alright, let's, since we didn't draw Nimrod, we're just gonna get a big-ish Wolverine going. Okay. Limbo. Interesting. I think that means we win. So now we just Arnhem, right? Or Destroyer. Now we Arnhem. We Arnhem. Oh, I thought they were going to Omniversal Presence there. It's okay. Okay. Now we just need to... Well, they don't know that they might have a chance here, so I'm just gonna... I mean... Play this. Should win. Okay. Cool. Figured the retreat was coming. Hope you enjoyed those games. It's a really fun deck to play. I do think that you have to hit the right kind of decks to play against, so it can be a little hit or miss. But at the end of the day, to me, there's nothing more fun than giant NIMRODs. So if you like them, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I'll be back with another deck video soon. Thanks for watching.